Hey y'all, it's Rusty at Mossy Oak, and today I want to show you how to disassemble the Mossberg Model 940 Pro Semi-Auto 12 gauge shotgun. This one is in Mossy Oak green leaf. It's got the 24-inch barrel. I'm going to show you step by step how to do it and then put it back together. Next thing, obviously, you want to check every time you're handling a firearm is to make sure it is unloaded and safe. So let's do that now. Nothing in the barrel, nothing in the mag. So we've got an unloaded safe firearm right here, so let's get started. Step one, remove the mag cap. Magazine cap right here on the end of the forearm. Loosen it, take it off. Then we're just gonna slide the forearm straight off the magazine tube, just like this. Next, you've got a few parts in a row right here you've gotta pay attention to. Okay, we'll pull the barrel off, be step three. Now this can be a little challenging at times. Very snug fit here, so I'm just gonna keep kind of working it just like that. And there it is. It's all loose. Take your time and go slow. Make sure you don't have parts flying all over the place. Okay, barrel is free. And then right here inside this part of the barrel is the gas piston sleeve. Sometimes it'll stay up in there and sometimes it'll fall out on its own. I just went ahead and took it out. We'll set it there. So now we're done with the barrel. We'll stick it to the side here. Okay, next steps are, we've got a spacer right here on the mag tube. Remove the spacer. Next, we've got the pusher. Okay, it just slides off like that. All right, after the pusher, you've got the return spring. Slide it off. Then this piece here is the fore-end or forearm retainer, and it slides right off. So all the parts that go in an order right here on the mag tube, I've taken off and I've set down here on the table. Next step is to remove the trigger assembly. And to do that, you've got to pop out these two pins right here. Either side of the gun, it doesn't matter. Right here above the trigger guard and trigger you'll see. So this is where you'll need the punch and the little hammer. Okay, I'll just lay the gun down right here. Just kind of get them started. Then you can go ahead and press them on out. Just like that. Let me turn it around where you can see. There they are. Slide them out, just like that, and that frees up the trigger assembly and it basically just falls right out. Turn it back around where you can see. There's the trigger assembly there. So at this point, this is all freed up to be able to clean however you want to. We'll leave that there. Then the next thing you'd want to do is remove the bolt. And to do that, we've got to remove the operating handle right here, and you simply just pull it straight out, just like that. And this one here has got a little notch, so when we get ready to put it back together, you got to pay attention to that. The notch has got to go a certain way. So here's the operating handle, got it removed. And then now the bolt is free to move forward out of the receiver. So I'll just kind of take my thumb or my finger here and press it forward. The whole bolt assembly comes right out. And from here, so here's the bolt and bolt carrier slide assembly. You can take these apart just simply by doing that. Take these apart, do whatever cleaning you want to do there, and then that's done deal. So at this point, I consider this a broken down semi-automatic shotgun. So here we go. This gun is completely stripped. This is the Mossberg 940 Pro Semi-Auto, 12 gauge, few simple steps. So now what I'll do, guys, is I'll go right back through them in reverse order and put it back together for you. All right, let's take the bolt assembly here. I'm just gonna stand the gun up right here because there's a key step right here I've got to show you. So you're just gonna slide it right back in the way you took it out. There's two little grooves on either side of the receiver, right here and right here, that you've got to line that bolt carrier assembly up with. Get it started. It's only gonna go so far. Now, what you've got to do to get it to go on down in the receiver is depress the bolt release button right here. Press that and then just push on down, and then it's free to go on in the receiver. But don't go too far, because if you look right inside of here, The rear end of this bolt carrier assembly has got to go down in this one little tube right here. This this will be where the needle noses will be handy. This tube that goes down into the stock of the gun, that's the spring that's inside the stock of this gun that actually pushes the action back forward when the gun is discharged. Goes back, hits that spring, boom, comes back. So I'm gonna grab it and make sure it goes right down in this little tube, into this stock. So now it should slide in and out. See how it's doing that? That's spring loaded right there. So that's a key tip. You gotta make sure you've got this part down in that little hole for the spring. Okay, the next step after positioning the bolt back into the receiver properly is take the operating handle, and it's got this little notch cut right there that you can see. It's got to go to the rear, towards the stock of the gun. It's one little slot it goes in, and just push it right in like that. So now we're working. Everything is functional there. Okay, next step, let's put the trigger assembly back in. Pretty easy, solid one piece. Just lay it in there the same way you took it out, and you're generally gonna wanna set the rear of the assembly first and then press, kind of let it fall forward like that. Wanna make sure you don't have any space between where you grip the shotgun here and the back of the trigger guard. Then you just kind of line the holes up. You'll see daylight through there, okay? Once you get the holes lined up, take the pins and put them right back in the way you took them out on the other side of the shotgun. Do a little wiggling around till you get them lined up. Then just tap them back in. Flush, just like that. Perfect, trigger's back in place. Okay, now let's work our way back toward the end of the barrel, starting with the rear of the magazine tube right here. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the 4-end retainer, slide it on the mag tube, same way we took it off. Just like that, you'll see where it fits flush. Next, the return spring. Doesn't matter which way it goes, just slide it on the mag tube, just like that, flush all the way down. Next, we've got the pusher. Just slide it on. Make sure the little rods of the pusher are pointed, on the top side of the mag tube, just like that. You'll see where they go in, just like that. Next step, the spacer slides on very simply. I'm gonna set the gun down and grab the barrel, and then the gas piston sleeve part, I like to go ahead and just slide in right here on the barrel on this part right here. Then we're ready to secure the barrel back onto the gun itself. But before we do that, we need to cock the shotgun, pull the charging handle back, operating handle back, and get the action open. That's gonna help us when we put the barrel on. Take the barrel, after I put the gas piston sleeve in that part right there, we're just gonna kind of line it up. Kind of got to get the mag tube going in. About the same time you got the barrel going into the receiver there. Just kind of work it, wiggle it, you'll see. Don't ever force anything, just kind of feel your way through it, and you can tell what's supposed to fit. And this is a firm fit, but it snapped right into place right there. And one of the things you want to pay attention to when you're re-securing a barrel on a shotgun is right up here at the top front of the receiver. Make sure you don't have any space where this barrel goes into that receiver. Make sure it's a nice firm fit. This is, so we're good to go. That lets me know the barrel is secure just right. Everything is intact and snug right there. Next, we've got the forearm or 4-end. Slide it right back on, real simple. Okay, then just screw the magazine cap right back on. Tighten up the mag cap right there, and this shotgun is back fully assembled. Now let's just check, make sure everything's functioning properly. Good to go. Got a perfectly working, fully functional shotgun. Fellas, really easy to do. That's the steps it takes to disassemble and reassemble the Mossberg Model 940 Pro semi-automatic 12-gauge shotgun.